What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the perfect scenario has come to my head. I'm going to start playing matchmaker, right? The perfect scenario has come to my mind, right? To see the perfect fight for one Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford is undefeated 3-division champion, undisputed in 2 separate weight classes. The unified welterweight world champion, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as the #1 pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Terence Crawford has a record of 40 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 big wins by way of knockout. He is 36 years of age, 5'8", with a 74-inch arm reach. Now, Terence Crawford is looking for a mega, massive fight, seeing as though the rematch between himself and Errol Spence is no longer on the table. He's no longer hindered by that, because the performance he had July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, against the former unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who was top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, and Earl the True Spence Jr., to which he dropped him in the second round, twice in the 7th round, and stopped him in the 9th round. One-side dominant performance in favor of Terence Bud Crawford. So, with that said, Terence Crawford, he was contractually obligated to give Errol Spence a rematch. Errol Spence had that right in the contract, in the clause, in the buildup. And Errol Spence activated. But Errol Spence, he stated that he suffered an eye injury, to which he had to have cataract surgery. He also suffered broken ribs going into the fight. And he was weight drained. But more importantly, the eye surgery, he waited to have January. And it's a 6 to 8 week recovery period. Then he needs 8 weeks of a training camp. And the contract has run its course, I believe. They were scheduled to fight in December, but Showtime decided to get out the business of the sport of boxing after 37 years, which left the premier boxing champion, founding advisor Al Heyman, better known as the PBC, stable of fighters and brand, in limbo. Well, they finally landed on Amazon Prime, but their launch and first fight and first card is not till March 30th. So it pushed it back significantly. Now, because of the quote-unquote excuses that Terence Crawford feels like Errol Spence made and the long layoff, the gap in between, Terence Crawford decided he's going in a different direction. And so now it's widely speculated that Terence Crawford could possibly face off against 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is widely considered and acknowledged as the face of the sport of boxing, and is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. So Terence Crawford currently campaigns and competes at 147. That will be a jump from 147 to 168. Now, Terence Crawford can physically get his body prepared to make that jump. His style, I like his style against Canelo Alvarez. But what is a good fight? Should Terence Bud Crawford sit on the shelf? Because we know Canelo Alvarez is going to stay active. He's going to fight March 4th. He's not going to wait till September. He's going to fight, May 4th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Then he's going to fight September 14th, Mexican Independence Day weekend, right? So what should Terence Bud Crawford do in the meantime? There's speculation that he could face off against 3-time junior middleweight world champion, former undisputed junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Jamel Ironman Charlo. 35 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 5'11.5" with a 73.5-inch arm reach. But the problem is, Jamel Charlo, he dared to be great. September 30th, he jumped up 2 weight classes, challenged Canelo Alvarez, dropped in the 7th round, lost a unanimous decision, came back, and he's been irrelevant. And the performance was lackluster. He didn't put his best foot forward. And Terence Crawford wasn't happy. He was ringside, and he said he was a kitten, not a lion. He didn't even try. And to the point where fans stated, well, Terence Crawford, I hope you're not doing it for a paycheck. And he says, of course not. I'm not Jamel Charlo. But I thought about it. Should he fight Jamel Charlo? Now, He wanted to initially fight Jermell Charlo because Jermell Charlo was the undisputed junior middleweight world champion, and Terence Crawford wants to create history, not to mention Jermell Charlo's close friends with Errol Spence, training mates, and they shared the same trainer, two-time trainer of the year, well-renowned future Hall of Fame trainer, Derrick James. So the storyline is there, and that would have made Terence Crawford a 3-division undisputed champion. But Jermell Charlo was stripped of his WBO title. Australian superstar boxer Tim Tszyu was elevated to the WBO champion. Now he's just been unofficially stripped of the WBC title. They placed him as champion in recess, but he's stripped of the belt, and now Fedora is going to fight for that belt, and he still has issues with the IBF. So he's no longer the undisputed champion, and he's coming off of a loss. So who could Terence Crawford fight, moving up in weight, that would give him the proper look and a guy that's big, strong, and aggressive to prepare for Canelo Alvarez? And then I thought about it. The light bulb went off in my head. Bing! And I thought about it. The perfect opponent for Terence Crawford to fight right now. The perfect opponent for Terence Crawford to fight right now. You got it. Bing, ling, ling. Former WBO junior middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, undefeated Jaime Munguia. That's right. You got it. Jaime Munguia. 43 wins, no loss, no draw. 34 big wins by way of knockout. 27 years of age. 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. The perfect opponent. Jaime Munguia is aggressive. He comes forward. He gets knockouts. He just did something Canelo Alvarez couldn't do. He knocked out John Ryder in the 9th round. Canelo Alvarez dropped John Ryder, but he didn't stop him. Jaime Munguia just stopped him. Jaime Munguia versus Terence Bud Crawford would be enormous, especially seeing as though Terence Crawford is a network promotional free agent. Jaime Munguia signed with Olympic gold medalist, 6th division world champion, Mexican-American superstar, iconic Hall of Fame boxer, turned promoter and founder of Golden Boy Promotion, Oscar the Golden Boy De La Hoya, and DAZN. But Terence Crawford is a network promotional free agent. So he can go fight Jaime Munguia, okay, in June in a big fight. And he gets the experience of fighting a guy that's big, strong, and aggressive. Now, keep in mind, Jaime Munguia is also a considerate opponent for Canelo Alvarez for Cinco de Mayo, May 4th. So Jaime Munguia versus Terence Crawford would be enormous, and that's an enormous paycheck for Terence Crawford. There's talks of Terence Crawford again, Jermell Charlo, a fight that I would love to see him in. Now undefeated, newly crowned IBF welterweight world champion, the Phenom, as I refer to him, Jaron Boots Ennis, who has 31 wins, no loss, no draw, 28 big wins by way of knockout. He is 26 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. Jaron Ennis is a possible opponent, but that's at 147. That doesn't help Terence Crawford's case moving up. Now, if he fights Jaime Munguia, that's a massive pay-per-view fight. 2 undefeated one former world champion, and 1 is a world champion. And guess what Jaime Munguia fights? You got it, 168. So this is a fight that allows Terence Crawford to get acclimated to 168. Campaign at 168. And then move on. And Jaime Munguia is the WBC interim champion. Or WBC international champion, whatever he is. Perfect fight for Terence Bud Crawford. Jaime Munguia would be the perfect fight. And he can fight him around June. It's a big fight. That is the biggest. Him versus Jaime Munguia is a bigger fight than him versus Jaron Ennis. And it's a bigger fight than him versus Tim Tszyu. And at this point in time, it would be a bigger fight than him and Jermell Charlo. Terence Crawford versus Jaime Munguia makes all the sense in the world. It's a marquee, massive name, the pound-for-pound best fight in the world for Jaime Munguia to put on his resume. And they're going to like their chances because Terence Crawford is coming up in weight. It only makes sense. David Benavidez, undefeated 2-time WBC super middleweight world champion, Mexican Ecuadorian boxer, he stated that Jaime Munguia and Oscar De La Hoya turned him down. He's 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. He said that they turned him down. This is a fight that's very winnable for Terence Crawford. And this would be a massive fight and a massive pay-per-view fight for Terence Bud Crawford. It only makes sense, people. It only makes sense. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But Jaime Munguia, what y'all think about Jaime Munguia versus Terence Bud Crawford? Let me know what y'all think. Drop a comment in the comment section. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.